Info FM's Morning Crossfire.
There is no sufficient supply of petrol in Nigeria, especially in Rivers State. There are over 18 depots in Rivers State. Only one is working. An MPC product in that depot is finished. The products that you see a few days ago came out from that only depot that is loading. Some trucks came from Calabar. Some trucks came in from Lagos. The whole Nigeria is queuing up in Lagos and in Port Harcourt and few in Calabar right now. So one depot serving over 1,000 trucks, even more. Get to UTC Junction, the depots in the Rumalumini area. You see what is happening. The stretch of the line is over 3 or 4 kilometers.
He also said the permanent solution to the petrol scarcity is for the Nigerian refineries to start working and the removal of subsidy.
Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, particularly Rivers State, do not see what the subsidy is doing for us. We do not see what it's doing for the masses. Permanent solution to the fuel scarcity in Nigeria is for the refineries to work and for modular refineries to come on board. If you remove the subsidy, the tendency for the fuel to sell high at the initial stage will be there. So in competition, when you remove fuel subsidy, fuel will definitely sell at high price, but gradually it will take shape. Competition will push it to shape.
Recall that the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority earlier said the NNPC has imported petrol with a stock level sufficient for 34 days. In the meantime, Ipman's Joseph Obele says the assurance given by authorities that the petrol scarcity will end in a few days is a political statement. He said the fuel scarcity has been experienced in many other.
In a meeting with the management of PPMC earlier today, they assure us that the current queues we see will disappear after a few days. As of today, only one depot out of the 19 depots in Rivers State is selling to we marketers. Just one also out of the 45 depots in Lagos is selling. The truth is that there is no product anywhere in Nigeria as we speak. Forget about the availability of billions of liters you are hearing on radio. It's just political.
He also quelled fears that the cost of petrol could further rise next year, saying the price will drop once the Port Harcourt refinery begins work in the first quarter of 2023.
The problem is the huge financial burden of subsidy payment. Landing costs for importing fuel is over 500 naira as per day since our 4 refineries are not working. It is obvious that the Port Harcourt refinery depot will commence operation by first quarter 2023. Until then, the scarcity will continue. When the Port Harcourt refinery starts, Nigerians will buy fuel below 100 naira per litre.
An environmentalist, Five-Face Dumaneme, says the state government should provide an alternative source of livelihood for the youths to a permanent solution to suit Port Harcourt and its environs. Mr. Dumnamene said this in an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka while reacting to the disappearance of suit in Port Harcourt. He said that the suit may surface or resurface because illegal crude oil refining is still ongoing in some local government areas despite the clampdown on illegal oil bunkering by the state and federal governments.
Yeah, what the government can do to eradicate out of artisanal crude oil refining and soot completely in Port Harcourt and its environs is to provide alternative livelihood opportunities for youth who are involved in this. The governor started the war of using stick to chase the boys. There was a carrot perspective that gives the youth an alternative livelihood opportunity. So what the activities was only to displace them. And it's not like when you displace the gathering of people, over time they will have to gather back and commence the activity. So I'm calling on the Rivers State government to take steps to ensuring that it works with the federal government to ensure that the youth of Rivers State have the modular refinery promised by the federal government.
Mr. Fineface Dumnamene also called on the government to legalize artisanal oil refining to injure the environment.
The second thing they also need to do is that we at Youth and Environmental Advocacy Center, YES in Nigeria, we have proposed the Presidential Artisanal Crude Oil Refining Development Initiative, that modifies, legalizes artisanal crude oil refining to make it more environmental friendly. If the federal government can also work with the various states in Nigeria to ensure that the youth have these artisanal refineries legalized, just the same way they have done it for the Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Development Initiative, PAGMI, in parts of the north and western Nigeria, whereby illegal gold miners are having opportunity to sell their illegal gold into the legal economy.
Ashimino, the suit is majorly caused by illegal oil refining in the state. In January, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike clamped down on illegal oil bunkering. There is also an ongoing clampdown by the federal government. Away from that, as the new year beckons, motor parks in Port Harcourt have been busy with the rise in interstate travelers. Our correspondent who visited major motor parks around the city reports that the parks are filled with passengers traveling within and outside the state for the New Year celebration. But some interstate drivers say the turnout is less than what was seen last year. Others spoke of the challenges of the transportation business this festive season.
We have been receiving a lot of passengers. Before we charge as about 5,000, 6,000 above what we are doing before. We to see the traffic. Apart from fuel payment increase, police wahala, those zero. So we have to increase the price so that after we don't make all these expenses, we still get little.
The reason why is as a result of the economy of the country.
Don't be alright. People they come, they enter motor. Boy, now they hard. I make good they die in a petrol.
Not every person was able to meet up to travel with their children. The most difficult area is that we don't expect that to this time we should be buying fuel per liter 300 and above. We are still queuing. So I think on my own, that is why the turn-up is very poor.
We have been receiving a lot of passengers.
The Inspector General of Police, Usman Akali, has ordered the immediate suspension of the officer who fatally shot a Lagos-based lawyer, Bolanle Rahim. Brambi Vandi killed Mrs. Rahim, who was pregnant on Christmas Day. The police officer is attached to the Ajiwe Police Division in the Aja area of the state. The force spokesperson, Muyiwa Adejobi, in a statement said the officer will be temporarily removed while the RGP awaits the detailed report of the incident. Still ahead, labor unions give conditions for increase in national minimum wage. Stay tuned. We will go for a short break.
Are you running late and can't make it down to
Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. 3 persons have been killed following an explosion in the Okene area of Kogi State. Channels Television reports that the incident happened this morning at the Oyinoyi's Palace in Okene local government area of the state. This is a few hours the arrival of President Muhammadu Buhari to commission some projects in the state. The SDP governorship candidate in River State, Senator Magnus Abe, says no one can stop him from contesting the 2023 governorship elections despite the surge of intimidation of his team members and supporters across the state. Abe said this at a meeting he held with the youth under the aegis of the Ogoni Youth Federation at his campaign office in Port Harcourt.
Let me repeat people to hear. No one can stop me from running. I will contest the election and I will win. So when people do all these things that they are doing, they think they are fighting a person. They are not fighting a person. They are fighting a moment. This is an historic moment in the history of our state. It is not just about Ogoni. Real people want justice. They know that the candidacy represents justice in this state.
Senator Abe also said he is confident of his victory at the polls in 2023 because he is genuinely loved and supported across ethnic and religious boundaries. He insisted that an Ogoni man will be governor in 2023. The former River Southeast lawmaker also called on the use of Ogoni to go ahead with the message of their endorsement of his candidature in the village to elect their PVC to enable them vote on the election day. Earlier, Secretary of Ogoni Youth Federation, Mensua Mtombari, announced the endorsement of Magnus Abe as the sole candidate for the youth and pointed out that the youth body took the decision to endorse Abe in line with the political rights enshrined in the Ogoni Bill of Rights.
The Youth Federation (OYF) hereby endorse Senator Magnus Abe as the sole candidate of Ogoni Youth in the forthcoming governorship general election in Rivers State. For demanding for political justice, we wish to field the most intelligent and most experienced person that will be sellable to every part of the state, and we find such fit in distinguished Senator Magnus Nge Abe. We call on all Ogoni youth, home and abroad, to mobilize our ranks and file to ensure Senator Magnus Nge Abe emerges as the new governor of Rivers.
Also, the Publicity Secretary of the Ogoni Youth Federation, Barrister Kingsley Lene, while supporting the endorsement of the SDP candidate by the Ogoni Youth Federation, said they took the decision because they wanted an Ogoni candidate who is sellable and loved by many Rivers people within and outside Ogoni land, and appealed to the youth to support Senator Magnus Abe. In business, the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress have listed conditions for the proposed review of the national minimum wage, saying the continuous rise in inflation and the devaluation of the naira must be checked before the salary increase announced by the federal government could be considered. The organized labor explained that if the rise in cost of consumables in Nigeria continues, any amount of money that would be added to the minimum wage might not meet the expectations of workers. Recall that the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, said the federal government would soon announce salary increments for civil servants and public officials due to the steady increase in prices of consumer goods.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
On the foreign scene, local officials say a powerful winter storm that hits North America has now claimed more lives in the U.S. state of New York. County Executive Mark Poloncarz says at least 34 people have died in Erie County, which includes the city of Buffalo. Authorities are still trying to identify 3 of the victims. The storm has now killed at least 60 people in 8 states. On the news this afternoon, you heard petrol scarcity has persisted in Port Harcourt. Petron has blamed the petrol scarcity on insufficient products at the depots. An environmentalist has called for the legalization of artisanal refining. Labour unions have listed conditions for the increase in the national minimum wage. On the foreign scene, death toll has increased as in weather conditions persist in the U.S. The news was edited by Constance Mega. Sunny weather in Port Harcourt this afternoon. Collect your PVC and vote. Your vote is your voice. I am Kala Dakuru Batbo, wishing you a wonderful holiday season. Good afternoon.
You are tuned in to 92.3